Pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, we have a couple of orders of business tonight. The first one is the resolution to exceed the revenue limit by $2 million per year for 2 years for a non-recurring purpose. So would someone make that motion and make the motion what the bolded print says?
I move to approve the resolution to exceed the revenue limit, resolution authorizing the school district budget to exceed revenue limit by $2 million per year for 2 years for non-recurring purpose.
Second.
Is there any discussion or questions regarding that motion? Hearing none, I'll take a roll call vote. Karen? Aye. Jay?
Aye.
Keith?
Aye.
Dave?
Aye.
Sue?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carried. Our second resolution concerns the general obligation bond for building purposes. So I will look for a motion for that, and if you will read the bolded print on item 4.
I'll move to approve the initial resolution authorizing general obligation bonds in an amount not to exceed $25.1 million.
I'll second it.
Okay, discussion on that. We have been asked, and I said I would kind of poll the board on this. We have been asked, this is half of what we were asking for before. Are we going to be coming back to people in a couple of years looking for additional money? This does fit the needs of the elementary school. It gives the tech ed some new space. It moves the middle school into some newer spaces other than the 1924 section. It remodels the science rooms. So should serve Sevastopol for a lot of years. Of course, we can't make any promises that we will not be coming back to the public for money for building purposes, because we don't know what could happen. The state may come out with some mandates that cause us to do something. There could be some structural or mechanical damage in our remaining buildings that we can't cover under our budget. But the community is looking for some input from the board. Do we feel that this is going to serve? Does this meet a number of needs at this time? Do we feel that it's going to serve Sevastopol for a good number of years to come?
Well, I think it should be noted that it does not meet all of our needs. It meets some needs, but not all of them. We wouldn't have come up with the larger amounts if the smaller amount would have met all of our needs. There are still areas like the science area, some of the high school areas, space for DI instead of having to pay rent every year for that. So I don't know. We can't commit future boards to either ask or not ask for more, but I do think it's important that the public knows that yes, this meets a lot of our needs, and it's probably the most amount of money that we could work with at this point based on the input from the community, but it does not meet all of our needs.
Does the
I would
board
add-
feel that it meets some of our most critical needs?
I would add that, actually, if you look at our history, this school board historically has always been very wise with their money. It goes back to the fund balance and how they execute this thing. And so any needs are always going to be fought and balanced, very difficult, just like we did with this building referendum. We put a lot of time into it, we brought a lot of the community involvement, we did the surveys and we listened to the community. So I think it'll be very, very well thought out, any future needs and prioritizing where they're at and respecting the taxpayers' dollars. I think that's a good consideration. And if you look at the history of the school, it's kind of always done that. So as different school boards come on and off, the history does actually show that, I think. If you look at how they've invested over the years wisely, and that's why our middle grade is so much lower than all the other schools, is my theory. So that's what I would kind of say for that, for their consideration that we're trying to discuss, I guess.
This is not a perfect solution, of course, but I think that this is a reasonable solution. There's some things I would have liked to see included in this. In fact, getting the cafeteria out of the basement, under the gym would be something that I was looking for, but I think this is a good solution, and it's something that the taxpayers hopefully will be happy with.
I think it's been an educated decision, but it's been a lengthy process to come to this point. We're looking to do other things as well, but, we want to be mindful of the community's money, but I think it is money well spent. And it's, like I said, it's an educated decision, and a lot of people who were part of the decision-making process to come forward with, what we feel is best for the community and the students.
Okay, so then we're safe to say, of course, the committee thought the two options initially presented were the best what the committee thought were the best for the long-term option for Sevastopol. The taxpayers didn't accept that, and we respect our taxpayers. This option, this solution, addresses a lot of the most immediate needs, safety relative to our elementary students, increased technical education space, updated technical educational space, some updated science space, and should serve us for a number of years. Would you agree with that? Okay, so then, is there any other discussion? Mr. Lipke, did you have anything else to add with that?
No, I just like to reiterate the same points of view. It takes care of the 1920, 40, and 46 sections. The 1965 section's 55 years old roughly, and it's aging well, and we've been maintaining it well. Our custodial staff's done a great job with it. So this should handle us for a while, and then we'll see where the 1965 building takes us in the future and the direction education goes as well. So.
Okay. Is there any other discussion then on the resolution under 4 to authorize the general obligation bonds in the amount of $25.1 million? If not, I'll take a roll call vote. Karen?
Aye.
Dave?
Aye.
Keith?
Aye.
Dave?
Aye.
Sue?
Aye.
Motion carried. Then, item 5 is the resolution for the referendum election question. So can I hear someone make that motion as it's printed in bold?
I'll make a motion for the resolution providing for a referendum election on the questions of the approval of a resolution authorizing the school district budget to exceed revenue limit by $2 million per year for 2 years for non-recurring purposes, and an initial resolution authorizing the issuance of general obligation bonds in an amount not to exceed $25,100,000.
Second.
Any questions or discussion regarding that? Hearing none, roll call vote. Sue?
Aye.
Dave?
Aye.
Keith?
Aye.
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 Aye. Motion carried. That would conclude our regular business tonight. We do have our annual meeting on August 28th at 6:30 p.m. I'm not sure if that will be here in the multi-purpose room. We'll watch the agendas.
Multi-purpose room.
Okay. And then our regular school board meeting on September 20th. We hear a motion to adjourn.
I make a motion to adjourn the meeting.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carried at 6:39 p.m. Thank you.